Hi, welcome to my second channel and I hope you are well. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about ADI Part 3 test training. I'd like to talk to you about how to prepare, how to train yourself, how to prepare yourself for your ADI Part 3 test. And I'm going to share with you one of the best way I found to train myself for my ADI Part 3 when I did my ADI Part 3 test. So I'm going to share with you one of the best way I found to train for ADI Part 3. Now before that, the reason of this video is because one of my viewers, one of the followers on my channel who's training to become a driving instructor, he made a comment. He made this comment. It's basically saying that he's training to become a driving instructor and he's giving lessons which he's enjoying, but soon as his trainer comes into the car, becomes a people, he finds it difficult the things they throw at him. He finds that the things they do is not natural, it's not what the learners does normally, and he finds that they make the job seems harder than it is. And he also said that he likes the way I teach, the way I come across. So basically he's saying that he's training to become a driving instructor, he's enjoying his job as a driving instructor, but his ADA Part 3 test is coming up, and the training that he's getting from his trainer, he finds it's difficult. The things they do, the mistakes they make, he finds it difficult to deal with. Now, firstly, remember your trainer is human and they will never be able to do the things naturally your learner does in a lesson. That is not possible because they're human and they cannot become a learner naturally. They could only do the things so that you need to work on them. So basically, your trainer will be driving normally and they will do something silly. They will do something out of the blue, which maybe your learners doesn't do normally, or they don't do exactly the same way. They do it differently, but not exactly the same. Like I said, the reason they do it this way is because they're not natural learner. But let me say this to you. If you could deal with your trainer, you could deal with any difficult learner you get on the planet. So just because you find it difficult, it doesn't mean that you're not learning anything. Soon as they do something, learn the best way to deal with that. Talk to your trainer, learn from that. So when they throw at you and you find it difficult, try to learn how can you learn from that? What can you do to solve the problem they are throwing at you? So instead of thinking negatively, think positive. That's a good thing, isn't it? The thing they do, if your learner never does that, that's a good thing. That means that the job is not going to be that difficult. They are making your life difficult so that when you go to your job is not that difficult. That means you could deal with any difficult learner you get on the planet. So it's a good thing, I would say. The thing your trainer does to you, if you could deal with it, learn from that. So if they have a problem with the steering, they are doing it too many times, they're cutting corners, they're going towards the pavement. These are the things they're going to do in the training. When they do, deal with it the best way, learn from that, talk to your trainer. And like I said, if you could deal with them, you could deal with any learners on the planet. So that's what I would say on that. Now let's talk about the best way to train yourself for your part 3. The way I found the best way. The best way I would say to train yourself is to train yourself with your learners. When you are giving lessons to your learner, that's the best way for you to train yourself. That will be the best way you train for your part 3. That's the way I did it, and that's the way I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you an example so you exactly know how to train yourself for your part 3. Okay? So from your trainer, you've learned the things you are looking for. The things makes you a driving instructor. You learn from that. You learn from your trainer. If you had any questions, make sure you ask them so you know. So from them, you've learned what makes you a driving instructor, what you should be looking. They made your life hell so that you become stronger. And you have become a stronger because your trainer made you a stronger person, a stronger driving instructor. So from my trainer, I've learned what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to put that into practice with my people. And I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to give you an example exactly as if you are in a test on your part 3. Okay? So imagine you are giving a lesson to a learner. Imagine, okay? and they've got a problem with meeting situation. Okay, they're driving along on a road where parked cars on both sides, and there's no space for two car, and there's a car coming from the opposite, and they're pushing the other car to stop. They're not stopping for the other car. So obviously they got a problem with meeting situation. They don't know how to deal with meeting situation. So you say to them that we've got a problem with the meeting situation. We're going to work with that on our next lesson. Or maybe you want to work on this lesson. Okay? And that's how you do it. So you're going to make that a lesson for 45 minutes. In your mind, you are training for your ADA Part 3. Think of ADA Part 3. So your learner has a problem with meeting situation, and you need to teach them how to deal with that. And you're going to use that as your ADA Part 3 test. You're going to train this for your ADA Part 3. Okay? And that's how you do it. Okay? Remember, your ADA Part 3 is 45 minutes long. So you're going to time exactly 45 minutes. You're going to time it. Okay? You're going to do the lesson, this problem that you're going to solve with your people, you're going to do exactly the way you would on your Part 3. Okay? So your people had a problem with meeting situation. You are parked up on the left. Your clock starts 45 minutes. Remember? 45 minutes. So now you're talking with your people exactly the way you would on your Part 3. So you talk to them, okay? You say to your learner, okay, we've got a problem with meeting situation. So let's talk about meeting situation. Do you understand meeting traffic? What is meeting situation? So whatever they say, you answer. So maybe they will say, I don't know. So you say to them, meeting is where there is no space for two cars. And the reason is because maybe there's parked cars on both sides, or maybe there's road work, and because of that, the road is narrow. In that case, there's only space for one car. If there's a car coming from the opposite, who's got the priority? No one's got priority. So who's going to give way? You will. Because if you do, that way, we're going to solve the problem. If we don't and we push, then they don't stop, we don't stop, what's going to happen? There could be a problem where there's no space for two cars, and we're going to face each other and there's no space to go. So you explain what the meeting traffic is, and then you're going to explain how you're going to deal with that. Okay, you say that no one's got priority on that situation. We're going to try to find the gaps. If the gap is on our side, we're going to go in. If the gap is on the opposite, we're going to stop before the gap. They're going to go in and we're going to go. So you explain, give them a brief 2 minutes about meeting traffic. Okay, and then you say, okay, now we're going to go to the location where we're going to do the meeting traffic. So now you've agreed the lesson, which is meeting traffic. Your learner knows what they're going to do. You know what you're going to teach. You both are in the agreement that you're going to do the meeting. You're going to deal with the meeting situation. Now you need to go to the location where you're going to do the meeting traffic. Okay, so you say to your learner, okay, it's going to be about 2 to 3 minutes drive, maybe 5 minutes drive, where we're going to do the meeting situations. Will it be okay if you drive yourself, or do you need my help? Make sure you say that to the learner in the lesson, so that in your test you do the same. Your learner needs to know, and not just for the ADA path, you should be saying that anyway on a lesson, because your learner needs to know, do they drive themselves or are you going to help them? Because otherwise they're confused, they don't know what to do. They need to know exactly where they stand. So you say to your learner, okay, we're going to drive. Can you drive yourself without my help? And if you need help, I will help you. So the learner says, okay, that's fine. Learner starts the car and drives on. And you just look at your people and see what they do. If they make a mistake, you jump in. If not, no problem. So as they moved off, you looked, did they look at the mirrors? Did they signal? Did they look at the blind spot? If they miss any of those, you just make a comment. You just say, okay, did you look at the blind spot before you move off? Oh, I didn't. Okay. What do you think you should? Do you think you should look at the blind spot? Yes, I should. Why do you think you should look? What's the risk of not looking at the blind spot? Make sure if they make a mistake, they know what the problem is they don't look at. So they didn't look at the blind spot. What's the risk of them not looking? They need to know that. Examiner is watching, listening. If there's a problem, don't just give them the answer. Do they know the risk behind it? Okay, so then they're driving along. Here you spoke about the meeting. So next they're driving and maybe approaching a traffic light. Maybe it's green and maybe they're speeding up to beat the traffic light. So now it's time to make a comment. Maybe now ask them, What color is the traffic light? Is green? What could happen? Or it could change. You see? So you're making a prompt. So that's how you drive to the location. Instead of guiding them, you just watch what they do, and if they make a problem, you just jump in. When you do jump in, help them, but ask if they know the risk behind it. Then you go to the location and you work on meeting situation with the people. Make sure you're timing 45 minutes. And then after you've done it, you come back to the same place and it should be end of 45 minutes. And keep on doing that. Keep on doing that with different people, with different scenarios, different examples. In this case, you had meeting. Another one may be roundabouts. Another one may be anticipation. Another one may be independent driving. So try all those and repeat with your people. Keep on doing that. And by the end, you'll be surprised how easy your part 3 becomes. Trust me, I did it that way and I found that it was easy for me to do my part 3. And by the way, when I did my part 3, I passed it flying colors. Why? Not because I'm genius or I'm better than you or anything. It's because I did my training. Nothing more. I'm not special or anything. I'm not better than you or anything. It's just because I did my training. I did my homework. I kept on doing it exactly I would for my part 3 on the lesson. And that's how I improved. And that's how I passed my part 3 with flying colors. Now, if I say to you, part 3 is actually easy, you might laugh and say, yeah, it's easy for you to say. Trust me, if you train yourself and if you keep on doing that, what I just said, it becomes easy because you have trained. And I always say that when you're learning something new, the hardest part is the training. If you do the training and if you do it well, the test becomes easy. That's how I found. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share in this video, and I hope this video helps. And I truly wishing you all the best for your part 3. And I hope you become a great driving instructor. And I hope this video helps. If it did, please do give a thumbs up. And please do make a comment with your thoughts if you like the video. Also, if there's a problem, please do share so I know the video I need to make. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.